What's going on, everybody? It's Amberlee.Perrine. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you're not new. Today I was going to talk to you about pet peeves I have developed as a mother. I did a pet peeves video when I was like 16, I believe. If you want, you can go check it out. It's pretty cringe though, so. So, number one, I would say my biggest pet peeve I've ever had when I was pregnant was when people would walk up to me and they'd be like, "Oh my god, do you know what you're having?" And I would be like, "No, I don't know yet." And they'd be like, "You're 24 weeks and you don't know if you're having a boy or a girl?" Like, yes, bitch, I'm poor. Leave me alone. Like, I don't have insurance right now. So, and then I finally did get insurance, and then I found out the gender, but I didn't know because I didn't want to find out until the gender reveal. But then it turns out I did find out because the person that was supposed to be keeping it a secret sent me back to Arizona. She was like, "It's a boy, by the way." And I'm like, "Okay, thank you." That kind of ruined it a little bit, but it's I could just pretend like I don't know. So that's what I did. I pretended like I didn't know, and then when I popped a confetti balloon and everybody was like, "Ah," I was like, "Ah," as well, because I had to pretend like I didn't know. Like, I'm just as shocked as you are. Anyway, I would say my next pet peeve is people thinking it's okay to touch someone else's child. I absolutely cannot stand that. Like, yes, he's cute. I know he's cute. It took 9 months for me to do that. That's my finest work so far. But that doesn't give you permission to touch my child. I don't know where your fingers have been. I don't know where your hands have been. I don't know if you just murdered somebody. I don't know if you just work. I don't know if you work at a sewer pipeline. Like, don't touch my child. Don't touch my kid without permission. If you were to say, "Can I hold him?" and I wasn't busy, I might say, "Yeah, sure, go ahead, hold him." But, like, don't just walk up to someone else's child and hold them and touch them. But I can't say anything about it because they're all old ladies and I have respect for the elderly. It's just like, I had this, okay. I was at Walmart one time, right? And he's sitting there in his cart, he's playing with his little toys, he's kicking his little feet and just being cute. And then this lady comes up and she's like, "Oh, he's so cute," and starts pinching his cheeks and starts like saying, "Do you have any teethers?" and literally puts her finger in his mouth. And the whole time he's just sitting there like, and I'm looking at her like, and she looks at me, she's like, "How old is he?" I was like, "He's 8 months. Can you not touch him?" Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be rude at this point. I'm too exhausted to be rude. I got too much shit to do. I'm trying to get in and out of this store, and you're touching my child and just, making it hard for me. So at this point, I'm just like, "He's 8 months. Can you not touch him?" And she was just like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I know how you new mothers are. I have 6 children, and then I have 9 grandchildren." And I'm like, "Okay, great, but that doesn't give you permission to touch my child." And then she just started walking away. But, like, she stared at me like I'm the rude one, even though, like, I didn't give her permission to touch my child. Like, don't touch my kid! How hard is that? I'm having head pains. Oh. Dude, one time, same shit, different story. But only this lady worked at IHOP. We were at IHOP. She was actively working, serving food, making drinks for other people. getting tons and tons and tons of germs and contaminants all over her hands. Not to mention, she has long nails, and there's no telling what's under there. And she walks over to my, at the time, 6-month baby. And, he's sitting in his high chair or whatever, and she literally comes up behind him and just, with her long ass nails poking into him. And he thinks it's funny because he's 6 months old. I don't think it's funny. My stepmom doesn't think it's funny. And we're just sitting there staring at each other, and we're just like, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, yeah, anyway, can I get a cherry Coke? Like, and she's like, he's so cute. I was like, thank you. I know. Can you not touch him and take my order, please? And she looked at me like I was one of those rude customers, but like, you should know to not touch a baby. He is a person, just like all of us. How would you like it if somebody came up to you and thought you were pretty and just started touching you? It's the same concept. He just can't vocalize it. It's like, it's the same way with him. The only thing is he's a baby, so he can't vocalize, please don't touch me, and he actually thinks it's cute and funny. He's a baby. He is a person. He is not an animal. He is not something at a zoo that you can just sit and stare at. He is a baby. Please keep your hands to yourself. Because I'm sick and tired of being nice. The next time somebody touches my child, I'm going to climb over the table and touch them and put them on the ground. Because I'm so sick and tired of being nice to you and you touch my child without permission. If it happens again, you're going to be on the ground because I'm tired of being nice. Okay, so yeah, it's like the same concept of don't touch an adult. Don't touch a baby. It's the same thing. He's still a person. And I know I keep repeating the same damn thing, but it's just stop touching babies. That ain't yours. Like, don't touch my kid. I don't know you. I don't know where you've been. I don't know your name. I don't care to know your name. I don't care to know where you've been. I just want to get my shopping done and get the hell out of there. Don't touch my kid, please. Thank you. Anyway. Oh, and one more thing. I hate it when I tell people, hey, please don't touch my kid, and they use I had like 8 grandkids and like 13 children. I'm just like, okay, okay, this is my kid. Don't touch mine. Touch your grandchildren. Touch your great-grandchildren. Touch your children. But don't touch mine. Just don't. Okay? Like, girl. Same thing with touching. I hate it. I absolutely hate it when I'm walking in the store or whatever and somebody lays eyes on my children or on my child and they like make eye contact. And then they talk to me for hours, or they try to stop me to try to talk to me about him. I mean, I get it. I can see like oh my gosh, he's so cute, thank you, but then be on your way. Don't be all like, oh, how old is he? What's his name? Like, I mean, I'm gonna be nice because I'm a non-confrontational person, so I'm just like, Riley, 11 months. But then I'll be trying to leave. If I'm trying to leave, don't follow me to continue asking me questions about my child. Oh, well, what's his social security number? Like, Karen, please leave me alone. Like, don't you have things to do? I'm sure you came to the store for a reason, unless you came to the store specifically to stare at babies. Fucking weirdo. Oh, no, but that's my pet peeves with as far as like staring at him goes, or I hate it when somebody asks to hold him and I'm like, no, I mean, we're really busy, or no, because Oh no, I remember when it was like RSV season. It was like December. I remember this because it was right after my birthday. And freaking, I'm over here minding my own business, hungover as fuck, because it was after my 21st birthday. And I'm at the store, right? And I needed to sit down for a second because I was getting Starbucks. So I'm drinking on my drink before I finish my shopping. And I'm sitting here, barbecue sauce on my titties, with Riley on my lap, doing our thing. And this lady comes over and she's like, "Oh, he's so cute." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, thank you." And she's like, "Can I hold him?" And I noticed that she had children. So if it was any other season, I would have said yes, as long as I was right there. But it was RSV season. So I was just like, "No, ma'am, I'm so sorry. It's RSV season." And she's just like, "Oh, well, if you're going to be stingy with him, then whatever." And she just walked away. You bet your ass I'm going to be stingy with him. He came out of my vajayjay. I should have that liberty to say, "No, you cannot hold him," without you getting mad. And the absolute worst of it is when it's family that I don't really know because they very rarely come around. My mother, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, can I hold him?" "No, I'm so sorry, it's RSV season." "Oh, well, I guess he just won't have to know me. That's fine." "Oh well, too bad. Bye, Karen." Like, don't try to guilt trip me into letting you hold my child. When I say no, when it comes to Riley, my answer is no. And there ain't no you guilt tripping me or anything to get out of it. Like, it's fucking bullshit. So, or I hate it when people are watching Riley for me, like while I'm at work or whatever, and I give specific instructions and I say, "Hey, please don't do this," or "Hey, please don't give him this," blah, 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 blah. And they're like, "Oh yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure." And then I come home and they're like, "He had what he wasn't supposed to have. He had another thing he wasn't supposed to have." And I'm like, "You gave him what?" And they're like, "Oh, calm down. I've done this before I had you." And you, blah, blah, blah. Just because you used to see me naked at his age does not mean that I do not have authority in some way. Honestly, it boggles my mind when family does that because it makes me feel like they're like, "Oh, well, I gave birth to you," or "I was in the delivery room when you were born, so your authority does not apply to me." When it comes to my child, I do have a sense of authority. And this is why certain people are not allowed to watch my child anymore, because they get pressed when I get mad. And they can't follow instructions. So it's like, if you can't follow instructions, then you don't need to be watching him. Goodbye. So, moral of the story, don't be afraid to be a bitch when it comes to your own children. If it comes to your own children and somebody's not listening to you, or somebody's like trying to overstep your boundaries, be a bitch. Tell them, be like, "Hey, that's my kid." Like, don't be a Karen and say, "I'm gonna call the police on you," unless it's absolutely necessary. But you should, like, be assertive with your children and be like, "Hey, I told you not to do this. If you can't follow instructions, you are not allowed to watch him." Don't be afraid to speak your mind. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm running out of time here. So, I love you guys. I will see you all in the next video. Stay body positive. I'm out. What the fuck?